I swear I am not redoing this again. If this gets messed up, I'm done. Anyways, hi guys, welcome to another episode of Navigating Your 20s with me, Zinhle Mahlangu. So excited to be here. So happy to be here. Haven't really done an episode in quite a while. Before anything else, please like, please subscribe, please follow, please leave a comment, please rate, please share, and do the most, do all of that because it really helps me a lot and it keeps me going. And as you know, I'm a newbie at this. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just really doing this for fun and for the vibes. So help me, do the most. Yeah, so excited to be here. So today's episode, I don't really have a proper topic, but it's basically just gonna be about letting go, starting over, cutting people off, cutting family members off, just changing environment and letting go of a lot of things and why and when you should let go of things. Let's get into it. I always feel like I should start every episode with a little bit of a background thingy about story about me. So, introduce myself already. My name is Zinhle Mahlangu, and I am sure a lot of people know this already. If you listen to my podcast and you've listened to my first episode, you would know that I had a bit of a rough childhood, and I don't really come from a whole great family. So yeah, this is just gonna be like about how letting go of toxic family members and cutting contact with family members really helped me find my own family, and also letting go of a bad relationship, how it helped me find myself. And I wouldn't say I really have a lot of friends, but like I just didn't allow friendships to control who I am and to like take over my life, and how I feel like that really helped me as well. So firstly, I'm gonna start with the whole family dynamic situation. I feel like most of my friends that I talk to and anyone that I talk to, and like every time I have a conversation with someone, especially from my country, I feel like it's really different here in Ireland. I feel like we have a lot of really not so toxic families in Ireland, which is very beautiful. But in South Africa, most of our families are toxic. We come from very toxic families, and it's so bad. And I don't even know why. Maybe it's the fact that we don't even understand what toxic is. Like, I'll be talking to some of my friends, and they'll just be telling me about what they go through, and I'll just be like, this is so toxic. And I am coming from a family like that, but I didn't know how toxic it was until I got here. I didn't know what happiness was until this year. This is the only year where I wake up and I'm not anxious and I'm not scared and I'm not shaking and I am comfortable and I'm not worried and I'm not always in my head. My mind was always on like fight or flight mode when I was like still living with my dad and I was still in South Africa. And I just want to talk about that and just like all of that. So I am gonna use some stories from people who are very close to me, and I love you guys. I'm not gonna mention any names, but I was talking to my friend. I'm not gonna say best friend because then you're gonna know who that is. I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was just telling me about her relationship with her mom, and I was just thinking that, oh my god, I want you to like cut off communication with that person. And I know it's so hard to let go of people, especially if it's like a family member or it's someone who is your blood. And I just feel like she would be so much happier if she just stayed away. Like, it's okay to let go of people even if they're family. It's okay to be like, I'm gonna still be your daughter and I'm gonna still be there, but you're not gonna have access to me, and these are my boundaries, and these are the things that you can do in my life, and this is the way you can talk to me. And if you don't respect that, then you should leave. And whenever you decide to respect that, then you can come back into my life. I know you're my mom, but this is who I am now. And her thing was, she was afraid to like stand up for herself, because she's like, if I stand up for myself, she's gonna react like this, and then she's gonna cut me off, and she's gonna tell me that she'll never talk to me again, or she'll react this way. But I feel like you shouldn't let people take advantage of you because you're afraid to lose them. And I know they may be family, but if someone is putting you in a position where you have to like be afraid to speak up, and you have to be like, just let them like hurt you just so they can stay in your life, it's really toxic. I feel like my sister as well, she she was really holding on to like the family, and she called me just a few days ago, and she was like, oh, we must send money back home, like we must send the family money. My sister is the most giving and the most loving person I'll ever meet in my life. She is so kind. And when I tell you that 3 years ago we were homeless, like we were literally homeless, and we were being evicted out of my dad's house by my family. My dad had just passed away. My mom passed away when I was very young, and the only family we had remaining were evicting us out of my dad's home because they wanted that home and they wanted to rent it out. So they were evicting us out of that home, and we moved like 7 times in 6 months, and we were just, even with food, my sister, oh, it's such a touch story. My sister went to like one of those family members asking for help, and she was like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. And then when my sister left, she called the whole family and was like, oh, she was here begging for my help and everything. And now those people are calling her every day, telling her they are suffering, they are sorry, and all of that. And I'm not saying forgiving is like, it's good to forgive them, but I feel like the best thing she could do for herself is just cut them off. Because if you still have contact with them and they keep reminding you of the pain they caused you, and you're giving them more opportunities to cause you pain, then you're not gonna heal. You're never gonna heal. You're always gonna be in a dark place. For me, I have cut off all contact with my family. I'm seen as like the evil little sister who does not care about anyone, but I care about my sister, and I feel like she's the only, my sister and my nieces, yeah, they're the only people that I have as family, and I'm okay with that, and I'm really, really, really happy, because those people that she's like, oh, but they're family, that title does not make you any special, to be honest. And also, I feel like letting go and cutting contact with my family, with my toxic family, really helped me find my new family. Right now, I have this newfound family that appreciates me so much. They love me so much, and they're so good to me, and I love them so much. I wake up every day and they're like, how are you? And I'm like, how are you? They make me so excited. I don't feel judged around them. I feel loved. I feel taken care of. I feel cared for. I feel so appreciated, and I've never had that ever in my life. And I'm just so grateful to have found that. And I feel like I had to let go of that family for me to be able to find this new family. It just goes to show that family is not always blood. Family is not always the people you're born into. You can find your own family, and you can find your own people that understand you more. Like, oh yeah, I just wish I could like drill that thing into my sister's head, because that woman does not listen to me. But anyways, I feel like she's starting to get it. She's just starting to get it now. She's learning to have boundaries more, and she's learning to be like, fuck off. Like, she's learning to be like that, and I love that. I love that for her now, and I'm so happy for her. And for my friend that I mentioned, oh my god, when I talk to her, I love her so much, but she had a lot of trauma, and she when you I feel like most African parents have this thing where they emotionally, and they use words to scar us, and they just talk to us like we don't have feelings, and you really like are really like mentally, is it, what sort of abuse is it? Something, it's a sort of abuse anyways. And I just wanted to find happiness, and I know the only way she can find happiness is by setting boundaries, creating boundaries, and telling her family that these are my boundaries. If you cannot respect my boundaries, get the fuck out of my life. Yeah. So number two, I've already spoken about family and cutting off toxic family members. Another thing that I feel like you should really let go of is bad relationships. How to let go of a bad relationship, how to know that this is a bad relationship, how when to leave, and all of that. I was in what I would say was a toxic relationship. At the time when I was in the relationship, I didn't think it was toxic. I just thought my partner was really in love with me, and he was really obsessed with me, and this was his way of showing love to me, and this was his way of like showing me that he loves me, and he's so passionate about me that he's doing all these crazy things. Like, my sister once told me that this guy is gonna kill you one day. If you stay in this relationship, this guy is literally gonna kill you. And all my friends were like, oh no, this guy is so bad. And I ended up like cutting off my friends and not spending time with my friends just because they would tell me how bad he is, and he would tell me that my friends are so bad, my sister is so bad, my family, everyone. He would say everyone in Ireland is fucked up. He would say everyone in Ireland is fucked up because everyone was just seeing how many red flags. Like anyone who'd spend time with us, they'd be like, this guy is too much. And I'd be like, no, you don't understand where he's coming from. He's been hurt a lot. And I was like making excuses for this guy. But like at the end, I ended up realizing that this is not going to work, and leaving that relationship was the best thing I've ever done for myself. I am so grateful that I finally did that, because I don't know, I couldn't see how oppressed I was until I left the relationship. Like I couldn't post in any angle, and I couldn't post the song because it'd be like, why are you posting that song? People are gonna think that we are fighting. Like I couldn't do so many things, and I couldn't talk to anyone at work. It was just a very bad relationship, and the only reason I stayed in the relationship was because I was afraid that if I leave, I might not find love again, and I might not find anything better. And that's not a good enough reason to stay in a relationship. If you're in a relationship right now and you're telling yourself that I'm in this relationship because I'm afraid that if I leave I won't find any better and I don't want to be alone, it just goes to show you must firstly work on your relationship with yourself. If you're in a relationship because you're afraid of being alone, then you have some personal issues to work on. You need to love yourself a little bit more, because you should be in a relationship because you love the company of this person and not because you need this person to be around for you to feel like a better person. Nobody is responsible for making you feel like a better person. You should feel like that on your own without anyone's help. So yeah, leaving a toxic relationship was the best thing I ever did for myself. The first 5 days was hard for me. The first 5 days were hard for me, but most people, like the first 3 months are very hard for them, and it's hard to like move on. Well, for me, he like started like stalking my Instagram and doing a lot of shit that made me realize that this man was like not meant to be in my life. So that's why it was so easy for me to move on from it. But yeah, let go of toxic relationships as well, please. It's like things will work out. Like you may be afraid of sleeping alone like I was, but things will work out. Things will just work out for the best. After leaving him, I left my job. Um I started a new job. I moved to a completely different town. I just started doing a lot of things for myself, and I even started this podcast. And yeah, I just feel like I had more time to focus on myself. And finally, I was thinking about what I wanted to do and what made me happy. And I was really like focused on my own happiness, and I was not always thinking about somebody else's happiness all the time. I was not always thinking about what this person would say if I did this, or if I said this, or if I played this song, or if I went out. Like I could just make decisions for myself, and I really feel like that freedom is really necessary in your 20s. Like you're so young, and you need to have the freedom of experiencing new experiences, of making connections with people, friendships. Because I was so limited, I couldn't talk to so many people, I couldn't go to so many events, I couldn't participate in so many things. Even with work parties, I couldn't go to work parties because why do you need to go to work parties? Work is work, and it shouldn't be a thing where you socialize. And I was just so limited. And after letting go of that relationship, I really started like flourishing, and I started like doing so much better for myself. So please don't stay in toxic relationships. I beg of you, please. And then what else? Oh yeah, also letting go of work work jobs. Like I feel like we choose careers, and you get into one career and you're just like, okay, this is it, I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life, I'm gonna get promoted, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and you never want to let go of that job. But I feel like, number one, trying different jobs is so important for you, because you will really find out what you really like and what you don't like, and you will learn so much about yourself in different careers, in different what is it called, fields. Yeah, so I was working in this job that I really loved. I really liked it. It was so great for me. But I got there 3 months, and I tried to get promoted. Well, I didn't try to get promoted. They literally pushed me to get like to go for a promotion. My boss pushed me to go for a promotion 3 months into the job. So then I was like, yeah, this is it. And I was really good at my job, and I really loved the job. But I never thought I would let go of it, but letting go of that job really helped me as well, because it was starting to be so bad for my mental health. I was so competitive, and I was starting to be not a nice person anymore, and I was less energetic, and it was so personal for me, because it was like, I'm going for a promotion, I'm going for a promotion, and everything was so personal and so pushy, and it was not fun anymore, and it was not, and I was getting less good at my job because I was so personal with everything. So then I just let go, and I had to take a step back, and I'm so happy with where I am right now in my life, because I just feel like I'm just like, if I'm doing a job, I'm still going to be a good person, I'm still going to be a nice person, and if something is for me, it's going to be for me. But took me letting go of that job for me to learn those lessons, and for me to see that the way I was behaving was bad, was starting to be bad. I was changing my character, I was becoming a character that I don't want to be because of that job. So I might go back, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like when I go back, I'm gonna have a better attitude, and I'm gonna see myself when I'm starting to be a bit toxic. Lastly, places like letting go of places. When I came to this country, I moved to Athlone. Love Athlone. It's a great place. It had a lot of young people, made a lot of friends. It was so great for me to be there, and I really, really loved it. And I moved to Cavan for a while. Also loved Cavan. It was very private. I had no friends there. I was just focused on working, and I had my business in Cavan. I was just so focused on myself. But then I went back to Athlone, and I went back to like having fun and being a very fun person and being a very social person. But then I just feel like it's time for me to let go of Athlone. I thought when I'm right now I'm in Mayo. I thought after Mayo I'm gonna go back to Athlone, but I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to Athlone, because that's the place where I met nice people, and I had my party phase. And right now I quit drinking. I'm not drinking anymore. I don't want to set foot in a club ever again, and I just don't see myself going back there. I feel like I want to step into my adult era, and I just want to focus more on my growth and my happiness and health and peace. So letting go of place is also very important, like a place where you were a different person. If you're trying to reinvent yourself and you're trying to be a different person, then just let go of that place and you can start over. Like, especially if you don't have kids, honestly, it's so easy for you to just be like, I'm gonna start over, I'm gonna do something different. Anyways, oh my gosh, we've come to the end of this episode. So happy that I hope you guys listened to the end, please. Anyways, yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for being here with me today. I was a little bit rusty because I haven't done this in a while, and I'm so happy that you guys were here with me. Yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, and interact. Follow me on Instagram at Bella the Third, and what is it, rate me on Spotify or wherever you're listening to me from. And thank you so much. I love you guys so much, and this is always so fun. I always have the most fun when I'm doing these episodes. So excited. Anywho, bye guys, loads of love. Bye.